It is our desire to help you find your desire, not figure it out. We don't want to guide you to your desire. Your life will do that. We want to help you line up with what is your desire. And while that sounds simple, really it seems easy, it isn't easy because you have habits of thought that might be preventing you from lining up. You have beliefs and determinations to be right about things. You have opinions that are in the way of your own desire, and you don't even realize it because your opinions feel right to you. You worked hard to get them, but when you have an opinion that is working against you, when you have an opinion like I can't, when your inner being knows that you can, or when you have an opinion like I'm not good at this, when you are, when you have an opinion like I don't deserve this, when you do. In other words, there are some opinions that you have. We'll chew on that. We're not here to change your mind about anything. We're here to help you find alignment with what is your true mind, what is your true self. We want to help you find a way, if you want it, to calibrate to the vibrational frequency of your source. And when we say calibrate, it sounds weird in a physical world, but it isn't, because you are vibrational beings. You're vibrational, and you are emitting a vibration all the time. And the law of attraction is responding to what you're emitting. Where we come in to be helpful, if you want, is that we can show you how sometimes you're emitting something that you don't mean to emit. You're radiating a vibration about what is. I don't have enough money, or I'm lonely. I don't have friends that I want, or I don't have the lover that I want, or I don't have the life that I want, or something is missing from my experience that I really want, or something is present in my experience that I really don't want. And we want to help you to understand that your awareness of what is, when it doesn't match what you prefer, your awareness causes you to emit a vibration that causes your energy to be split. So you're not offering a clear signal of what you desire. You're offering a signal that says, I want that, but I can't have it. I want that, but I can't have it. I want that, but I can't have it, which holds you in a sort of limbo state. There's no such thing as that, really, but in that place where what you want seems slow to come. And we want to help you out, if it's what you want, to speed that up, to help you to close the gap between the money that you want in the bank, or the lover that you want in your bed, or the whatever it is that you're asking for. You should be able to get it, and you shouldn't need patience for it. You just need understanding of how to emit deliberately. For a while we called this the science of deliberate creation. Really is a science, because it's all about vibration and frequencies, and you have to use your sensors to know where you are. But as humans, you took the science of deliberate creation too seriously, and you started trying too hard. And so we changed the name to the art of allowing. The art of allowing yourself to offer a frequency that matches what you want rather than matches what you've got. It's really the same thing. You got to match what you want. It's as simple as, we offered this a couple of weeks ago, and Esther's found it so helpful in her own experience. So when you stand with an opinion about something, that opinion doesn't have to be, and isn't always, but often it is, pushing against something. Your opinion often is pushing against something. And when Esther heard us say that, she thought, well, I don't think my opinions are so much pushing against things. And then she found out that they often are. They often are. She got into her room last night and couldn't get online, even though she was following the prompts. And when she called down, it was because there was confusion about whose name she was supposed to type in there, and she thought, I've never had confusion about what my name is before. And so it never really did get sorted out. She called Mark, and he sorted it out another way. And her opinion was, this shouldn't be this hard. She's half an hour messing with this. My opinion is, this shouldn't be this hard. My opinion is, I thought I was smarter than this. My opinion is, and then she felt in the pit of her stomach, my opinion is not helping me. My opinion is, something is happening and I don't like it, and I'm standing in the place of pushing against this thing I do not like. Well, of course you are. Of course you're standing and pushing against what you do not like. That's not an abnormal thing to do, is it? You don't want to eat ground glass and like it. You are reasonable beings. But Esther realized that she was in the middle of a situation. She wanted to get online because she had things she wanted, needed, more needed than wanted, but needed, more needed than wanted, more needed than wanted to do. And she felt not glad at how things were going. And so what we've been saying is when you catch yourself in a situation like that, which you are completely justified in your negative, life-preventing, shooting yourself in the foot attitude, you are completely right to do yourself dirt like that. Esther wasn't wrong. That was jacked up. But when she thought, okay, this is my opinion, and she could feel what her opinion was about a reality that she did not like. And do you know what? You cannot get to the reality that you do like when you've got a strong opinion about being in the middle of a reality that you do not like. You just can't get there. It doesn't line up. It just doesn't line up. And so Esther thought, all right, Abraham's magic formula. This is my opinion, but what's my intention? Well, my intention is to get online. And my intention is, and for a minute she wanted to understand why she hadn't been able to get online. And then she thought, oh, this goes deeper than this. It's deeper than just this moment in time. This is about technology moving fast. It's about me, Esther, sometimes not knowing what I'm doing. It's about me sort of wanting things to slow down a little bit. It's about me wanting to know more things than I know. It's about me not wanting to always be asking for help when I feel like I ought to be self-sufficient. Oh, it was so much more than the internet not working for her, wasn't it? So what's her opinion, or what's her intention? Two different things. Her intention is, I can always figure it out. And then she thought, because I can always call Mark. And then she thought, but I shouldn't always need to call Mark. But I can always call Mark. But I shouldn't always need to call Mark. And then she thought, what if Mark were not always available? This gets better. So then, she had fallen asleep. Her phone rang, and it was an alarm company for her home where she is not. And the master bedroom door was sending off a signal. And Esther said, would you please call so-and-so? They are on the list and they are local there. And the person said, I did call that person, but that person was not available. And Esther thought, I went to bed worrying about Mark not always being available. And now, while he was, somebody else wasn't. And then Esther thought, well, they said, should we call the police? Esther said, well, they can't exactly get in the gate. If you can't reach that person, then let's just hope they only take the things I don't care about, Esther said. And then Esther said, I'm pretty sure everything's okay. It's probably just the wind rattling the door or something. And so then Esther went to work because she's thinking, there's a little trend going here. And what is the trend about? Is it about an alarm going off or not being able to get online? Well, that's the symptom in this moment, but what's it really about? Is it about me thinking that I need to control all things at all times? Yes. Is it about me knowing that I can't control things at all times and so wanting to put people in place who can help me out? Yes. Is it about them not being very good at helping me out? Yes. Is it about them? In other words, why doesn't this person just sit up all night and wait for that phone to ring? How dare they go to sleep in the middle of the night and put their phone on silence? How dare they do that? And then Esther thought, I need a new plan. And then she thought, I have a new plan. My plan is to live happily ever after. My plan is to do the things that feel good to me. My plan is to expect good things to come to me. My plan is to acknowledge without being stressful in the night. My plan is to realize that things are always working out for me. Well, friends, that's easier said than done, isn't it? It's easier said, I'm prosperous when you can't pay your bills. Or I'm healthy when you're limping around dragging something. In other words, it's not easy to say and believe that things are exactly as you want them to be right now. But if you know the formula, if you know that life will show you where you're at. And law of attraction is the reason that life shows you where you're at. You do not have experiences that are different than what your vibrational offering is. And when your vibrational offering brings back to you manifestations that aren't the way you want them to be, what's the best idea? To rail against whatever's in your way? To stand staunch in your rightness while something that you don't want is showing you that something's out of whack, it's not working very well? Esther, of all the people that you know, understands this for sure, for sure, for sure. Her point of attraction is of her own making. There is not anything that is penetrating her experience that is other than because she is offering a consistent vibration about it, not an occasional one, a consistent. And while her life is magnificent, if you followed her around, you would say, you got it going on. You would see the fun and the clever ways that the universe is responding to the majority of her vibration, the majority of the time, but you would also see her constantly, and it's what we're asking of you too, to fine-tune, because of what's coming to you, what you're offering vibrationally. And when something happens in your world that you don't like, don't blame the alarm company, and don't blame the police because they can't get in the gate, and don't blame the gate, and don't blame that person who was sleeping through the night. Don't even blame yourself, except that it's about your point of attraction, which is about your belief system, which is about what you are mostly offering. And then when wonderful clues come to you, 2 in a row within just a really short period of time, show up and they're exactly the same thing, say, I'm getting this message and I know what to do. I don't need to dig in with an opinion that isn't serving me. I can point instead to my intentions, because I know that the universe, that the law of attraction, that all that is responding to the vibration that I am offering. So now you know everything that Esther knows. Talk about leading edge experiences. She always gives us permission to rat her out, and we always do, because the things that she is living make it easier for her to allow us to explain to you what you may be living as well. You're not here to defend your rightness. Oh, give that one up. And you're not here to protest someone else's wrongness. Give that up too. Because when you protest their wrongness, you can't stand in your rightness. But when you think about your intentions, when you think about living happily ever after, when you think about the uplifter that you're born to be, when you think about how blessed you are in this way and this way and this way and this way and this way, when you practice those frequencies, and here it is, this is the newest, most leadingest, edgiest message that we've ever offered to anyone because of what Esther just experienced in the last few hours. Bless the contrast that shows you where you can vibrationally improve. Bless the contrast that shows you where you can vibrationally improve. And then do it. And then do it. And then watch what happens next. Watch what happens next. Watch what happens next. And that's really the point that we're making here. You're sloppy when you're in your thinking, when you're just looking at what is. And you're lazy in your thinking. Esther, we love you so much. You're lazy in your thinking when you just go to the knee-jerk reaction. You're lazy in your thinking when you go to the easiest thing to think rather than the best feeling thing to think. When you go to the best feeling thing to think, now you're setting your intentions. When you go to the whatever it is, you might very well be fanning the flame of an opinion that is not serving you.